All right, today is actually lesson 3.5. We're going to be solving multi-step equations with variables on one side. Lesson 3.5, okay? So let's look at the steps to solve. Step 1, we're going to distribute if needed. Remember, that means to multiply. Then step 2, we're going to combine like terms. That means left side of the equation we bring things together, right side of the equation we bring things together, and then we can go to step 3. We will solve the remaining equation. Remember, if you want to know that you're doing it right, you want to check your solutions. Okay, first, let's look at number 1. I don't see any parentheses here in number 1, so I'm not going to distribute. Okay, so I'm going to go right to step 2. Combine like terms. 2x and negative 8x are like terms. 2 minus 8 is negative 6x. Plus 1 equals 49. Subtract 1, right? That's just a two-step at this point. Negative 6x is equal to 48. Divide by negative 6. And x is equal to negative 7. I'm sorry, negative 8. Okay? Negative 8. We can always plug that back in to make sure that we get that the left side equals the right side, okay? Now let's look at number 2. Again, I don't have any parentheses, so I'm just going to combine like terms. Always remember that this equal sign separates the equation into left side and right side. Okay, so I have just negative 19 on the left side, but I have negative 5, negative 3a, and negative 11 on the right side. So if I combine like terms, I only have these like terms. Negative 5 and negative 11 are like terms. So negative 5 minus 11 is negative 16. I'm going to bring down my negative 3a. My equal sign, and my negative 19, okay? Now I want to solve for a. So just like we were doing, we always want to get rid of that random number. So we have a random negative 16 there. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. That gives me negative 3 equals negative 3a. So many times people want to add. You are not adding. This is multiplication between that negative 3 and the a. To undo multiplication, we divide. So divide by negative 3. So we get 1 equals a, or a equals 1. Right, so I'm going to write in my little notes here, right? So I added 16. Now here I divide negative 3. Okay, take your time. It's like peeling a banana. All right, number 3, again, I don't have any distribution going on. I'm going to combine like terms. And for number 4, same thing, combine like terms. So what I want you to do is pause the video and combine like terms. All right, so for number 3, when you combine like terms, first I combined my variables, and I got 4w, because negative 5 plus 9 is 4w. Then I combined my constants. Positive 10 and negative 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. And I subtracted 3 from both sides. I got 16 equals 4w. Divide both sides by 4. W equals 4. All right, and number 4, I combined like terms. I brought my k's together, 2k, 3k. Add them together, I got 5k. Then negative 6 minus 7 is negative 13. Add 13 to both sides. 5k equals negative 35. Divide by 5, k equals negative 7. Hopefully you did very well. If not, try to see where you made your mistakes and write out your steps. You know, sometimes you got to use some paper. That's okay. All right, let's look at number 5, okay? So now I have parentheses. I actually have to distribute. That means multiply. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times negative 6. Make sure you pay attention to that sign. 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. That equals negative 14. At this point, it's a two-step equation, okay? We always do addition and subtraction first. So we're going to add 42. Or I should say we undo addition and subtraction first. 7x is equal to 28. Divide by 7, x is equal to 4. All right, in number 6, I have to distribute -2. This negative belongs to that 2. -2 times k is -2k. -2 times 9 is -18. We just bring down everything else that we have, okay? Now we have a two-step equation. We have to get rid of those random numbers on the side with the variable. So I'm going to add 18. Add 18. So 16 plus 18 gives me 34 equals -2k. This is multiplication. Do not add 2. You're dividing by -2. So k is equal to -17. All right, let's see here. Now I would like to have you go ahead and do 7 and 8 on your own. See if they're very similar, okay? You need to distribute first, right? And then don't freak out. In number 8, you're distributing a half, actually -1/2. So what's -1/2 of 12? And then ask yourself, what's -1/2 of 42? Or you just put in your fancy calculator, -1/2 times 12, -1/2 times -42. All right, so pause the video and solve those on your own. All right, I tried to use my fancy colors to illustrate what I was doing to both sides of the equation after I distributed. Okay, so for number 7, you should have ended up with n equals -4. If you need to pause the video and look at what I did versus what you did, and hopefully you got it right. I mean, hopefully you're not looking for a mistake, but you never know. One just never know. All right, in number 8, you should have got p equals 9. All right, now we have a couple more examples on the other side of this fancy paper I have here. All right, so now we're like ramping it up just a bit, okay? So I need to distribute first, because that's step 1. 5 times -2 gives me -10. Now we need to write everything else down. Please bring the signs with you, okay? So now I have like terms. 5y and -7y are like terms. When I bring them together, I get -2y minus 10 equals -32. Now I'm going to add 10. -2y is equal to -22. Now we're going to divide -2. Y is equal to 11. All right, number 10, I know, it looks a little challenging. But listen, we all have calculators, we all have brains, we can do this. Don't be afraid, okay? First off, we're not distributing this -3, so just write that down so you don't forget about it. Now, let's distribute. We always distribute what's in front of this parentheses. And distribute, it means multiplication. So 2/3 times 6 is actually +4. 2/3 times -12 is -28. And then I'm going to bring everything else down. So now I have like terms here. I have -3 and -28. -3 minus 28 is -31. That's 4n is equal to -51. We're going to add 51 to both sides. I'm sorry. No, we're not. We're going to add 31. We always work on the side with a variable. Trying to get the variable isolated or all by itself. Okay, so now I have 4n equals 20. Divide both sides by 4. And n is equal to 5. All right, what I'm going to do is 2 more, and then the last 4 I would like you to practice. It will be good for you, I promise. And again, if I'm going too fast, pause the video, rewind, go back, watch it again. It's fine. All right, when you see parentheses, we need to distribute. Then we bring everything down. If I have like terms, I need to combine them. Negative 12v and 2v are like terms. They both have v. So negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10v. Now we have a two-step equation, right? We always start with addition and subtraction, so we're going to add 3. 60 equals negative 10v. Divide by negative 10. And v is equal to negative 6. All right, one more. Here we go. We're going to distribute 7. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times negative 2, negative 14. Bring everything else down. Combine like terms if you have them. I do have like terms. Positive 21 and negative 13. They both have a k. They are both k terms. 21 minus 13 is 8. Now we bring everything else down. Now we have a two-step equation. We always get rid of this random number on the side with the variable. Here's the variable. So I have this random negative 14, so I'm going to add 14. Okay, 8k equals 96. Divide by 8. K is equal to 12. All right, hopefully you feel pretty confident about this and you're ready to give it a go. Here we go. Here are the next 4 problems. So copy these down, pause the video, and yeah. And please, if you're having any troubles, make sure you ask me some questions. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so 13 and 14, you had it in 13, you had to distribute that negative 2 into the parentheses, and then you should have gotten, when you solve it all the way down for C, you should have got negative 2. Number 14, you want to be really careful about ones like number 14. You want to put a circle around it, a star next to your work, because when there's a negative out front of that parentheses, you're distributing negative 1. There's a negative 1 here that I multiplied to positive 6 and got negative 6k. Negative 1 times negative 19 gives me positive 19. And I come all the way down, and I have k is equal to 7. All right, so for number 15, that was not too bad. You should have got r equals 13. Number 16 was like next level up, okay? You had to distribute twice. 6 times 8, 6 times negative 3. Right, so that would have given us 48 minus 18x. Then I distribute negative 1 to 2 and negative 1 to 1. That gives me negative 2x minus 1. All of this equals 107. All right, when you work this down, combine your like terms, you should have x is equal to negative 3. All right, so again, if you have any questions, make sure you hit me up on the Schoology. All right, bye.